Hi everybody, welcome to Sprague Woodturning. My name's Jim. So, I don't know if you know it or not, but I give away bowls every 5,000 subscribers. And so that's what this bowl is going to be. This is a semi-enclosed bowl and it's made from cherry. And what we're going to do is inlay some Lapis Lazuli in the rim of this bowl. Now, we haven't done any natural inlays for a while, and I know that's why a lot of people are following my channel. So anyway, we're going to get back to the basics and stuff that I used to do before I get into resin. So that's this video. So hopefully you enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. And of course, anytime I can get a thumbs up certainly helps the analytics. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms is 100% awesome as well. And please leave a comment because that's where we pick the winners for the giveaway bowls. All right, let's get a glue block on the bottom of this and get it trimmed up.
I didn't say it, but this is the 30,000 subscriber giveaway bowl. Thank you all who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. You're helping me keep the lights on and helping me stay on YouTube here as well. I really enjoy shooting these videos and your support is overwhelming, and thank you so much. Starting with the 5/8 bowl gouge, there's no resin in this project, so you know I'm a firm believer that if you are going to be a wood turner, you certainly need to use a gouge, and a gouge will remove material a lot faster than most other carbide tools. They certainly have a place in my work, as you've seen with the Hunter tools, but this is my preferred method when turning just straight wood projects. Speaking of Hunter tools, this is the Viceroy. And as you can see, it has a sweep to the right. So it's a good tool to get up underneath the rims of these bowls, these semi-enclosed bowls. You'll see I do switch back to the gouge for a little while, but it's just not giving me the results that I want. So I go back to the Viceroy and it does the job. So some might find this interesting. When you want to do the inside of these semi-enclosed forms, you can't get the bevel rubbing. So what I do is I actually just kind of rest the back of the gouge against the rim of the bowl, and keep in mind that the rim of the bowl has to be robust enough to take it. And that way you can just pivot the gouge around, and there's really not much chance of a catch. You can see where my hand is way back from the work. So, the rim of that bowl is basically taking the majority of the kickback from the lathe spinning. And I like doing it this way. This is where, I try to get up under that, that lip there, and it just doesn't work. So eventually I go back to the Viceroy to sort this out. But you can see how the back of that gouge pivots around the rim. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. sanding from 60 to 320 with the 3.5-inch nipple disc from sandpaper.ca. You'll see here in a second, one of the reasons why I like using these, and I've shown it on my holoforms as well, that sandpaper wraps around the sanding pad, and you can sand underneath the lips of these semi-enclosed forms. Anyway, there is a link in the description to 10% off. Just use code INLAYGYM at checkout, and you won't be disappointed. Give them a try.
All right, so what I have here is salad bowl finish by General Finishes. Still got some left in my stop loss bags. And if you don't know the whole thing about salad bowl finish by General Finishes and wood bowl finish has replaced salad bowl finish, and they've taken the food safe tags off the can. So technically the wood bowl finish is only good for decorative bowls now and not food safe. So it's the end of the day. I'll let this finish cure overnight. And tomorrow we'll put the inlay in it. Cherry is a very pretty wood. There's no doubt about it. There is a little wooger right there. We'll have to fill that with something. And if you're curious, for the non-turners in the crowd, when you sand this stuff and when you cut it and when you use a gouge with it, it does smell like cherries. See you tomorrow. So before we do our inlay, I thought I would show this. This is Lapis Lazuli, and there's really only a couple of places in the world that produce really nice specimens like this. Afghanistan and Chile, I think, are the only two that really produce really good examples of it. This piece has a lot of pyrite in it, and a jeweler friend of mine said that this is actually some of the best lapis that you're ever going to find. So it's expensive. And if you're curious, I was in the Canadian military, got a couple tours to Afghanistan, and I actually bought some raw blocks of it and brought it back. Anyway, that's all I got left. So it's shrunk quite a bit over the years. So, you know, I've already got some smashed up. I didn't need to for this inlay, but I thought I would cover this. And that's really how fine you want it. It is about between 5 and 6 on the Mohs hardness scale. So, you know, I typically don't like to work with anything that's that hard, but it's such a pretty blue / purple that, and it's very distinct too. Anyway, once we get it inlaid, you'll see. So anyway, that's the only reason why I work with it, and it is the hardest stone that I do work with. The good pieces don't have much of this quartz in it, and of course, like I said before, it almost looks like gold flakes in it, but it's not, it's pyrite. So the way that I typically smash this up, this is a piece of 4-inch conduit. This is a steel plate. I put this inside the conduit and try and break off a piece of this. Once I've got a piece of this broke off, then, you know, you can remove it, crush it down into a smaller matrix, and then use a strainer like this. I only want the fine material when I'm doing these inlays with this stuff anyway. Make sure you wear safety glasses, because this stuff will fly across the shop when you're beating on it with a hammer. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you that before we did any inlay stuff. All right, so before we do the inlay, I thought I'd show you this cool t-shirt that Starbond sent me. On the back says, "Born to Make." Couldn't agree more. Thanks, Starbond. Okay, so I've got a nice clean piece of paper down so that we can collect any of the leftover lapis. And again, here it is in my container. And so I'm just going to lay it in, and then I'll just lightly tap on the side of the bowl with, you know, a handle off a screwdriver to knock this all down flat. One concern with this stuff is make sure that the inlay material is below the surface of the wood. With this material being as hard as it is, it's very, very tough to sand, and if you have the inlay above the surface of the wood, you're actually going to be sanding a lot. It's going to be very, very difficult to sand back. So I like to keep it just below the surface of the wood. And there, I'm just using the handle on a screwdriver. So there, I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up or not, but the inlay material is below the surface of the wood. That will also give you a reservoir for the glue. So let me clean this up here. So yeah, I just fold that up like this and then dump it into the container. The stuff that's inside here, I don't care about. I'll just leave that. I'll recover it after the glue sets. And speaking of glues, we are going to use the thin CA from Starbond. And again, there is a link in the description below for 15% off your next order. Just use code INLAYGYM. So if you haven't seen me do any of these natural inlays, I prefer to use the thin CA glue for items like this. If you're using a coarser material, you can use the medium, but I prefer to just stick with the thin. It seems to work better. It will penetrate deeply into the inlay, and trust me, once this stuff hardens up, it's not coming out. So there you go. The inlay is completely wet. That tells me that it's saturated. And of course, the reason why we put a coat of finish on here before we did this inlay today is in case we have any glue runs, it's not going to actually penetrate into the wood. So I'm going to set this aside for about an hour. Then I'll probably spray it with the accelerator to set it. And then probably give it another hour after that. And then we can turn this back. Or we're not going to be able to turn this back. We can sand this back. See you then.
Here I'm using a 6-inch random orbital sander, air powered, with PSA discs on them. I start at 60 grit. I usually typically just use the 60 grit to cut the majority of the inlay back or to the surface of the inlay, and then switch to the 3.5-inch discs after that.
All right, so there's where we're at. And you can see where there's lots of voids to be filled. You know, you could keep going and trying to sand this back, but you are going to eat up a ton of sandpaper. So I prefer to just fill them after I've got, you know, half of it's probably sanded back, and just leave the low points behind. And then do a second filling of our lapis. And I find if you shake the container, a lot of the fine material will actually come to the surface. And again, thin CA glue from Starbond. I find with the lapis, usually 2 inlays will do it. But sometimes you got to do 3. And then of course the accelerator to set it. Again, spraying it from distance. There, we'll give that about 10 minutes and then we'll get it back on the lathe and sand it back even more.
Just doing some spot sanding here where I filled in that little area where there was that tiny little void. I find it's best to do that before you actually do any sanding because you'll sand and then the glue is so tough that it'll actually be left behind as well. So it's always best to spot sand first.
All right, so this is the second coat of salad bowl finish. Now, of course, we sanded off probably the majority of the first coat. This isn't going to take as much as the first coat did, but it's going to take quite a bit, I imagine. All right, so I'm hoping the camera's going to pick that blue up, but it isn't. Turn some lights off here, maybe it will. No. It may be different on the footage, but looking in the camera here, it's certainly not the color that I see here. This is more a purpley blue, and in there it looks more like maybe almost black. Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to get the color sorted out here. Here's that one little spot that I filled in. Maybe we need to light that. Right there. Again, you can't even really, it's not really even picking it up. Anyway, all I'm going to do with the next coat is I'll probably either buff with Tripoli or use 4-0 steel wool, put on another coat, and I'll see you guys at the end when we're doing the bottom.
That's a spear point tool if you're curious. You can put nice little decorative grooves in the base of your bowl or on the rim of your bowl. All right, let's pick a winner. Let's see who our 30,000 subscriber giveaway bowl winner is.
All right, since the 25,000 subscriber giveaway bowl, there has been 12 videos that I've done. Each of those videos were put into a comment picker, and these are the names that it has kicked out. So if you see your name here, you've got a shot at winning the 30,000 subscriber giveaway bowl. Let's do the draw. All right, so here's all the names in the bowl. Congratulations, Roy Luft. You are the winner of the 30,000 subscriber giveaway bowl. If you can send me your shipping details to spraguewoodturning@gmail.com, I will get the bowl mailed out to you. Thanks. All right, let's have a last little look at this beautiful little cherry bowl. The dimensions on this ended up being 8 inches across, 3 1/4 inches in height. And I'm not sure that the camera's just really doing that lapis justice. And of course, inlaid with Lapis Lazuli. And congratulations again to Roy Luft for winning this bowl. The 30,000 subscriber giveaway bowl. If Roy can send me your details at spraguewoodturning@gmail.com, I will get this beautiful little bowl mailed out to you. Still got 2 more coats of finish on the very bottom, and then I'll be able to ship that. So hopefully you're happy with this, Roy. It's a nice little bowl. Great thing about these bowls is they're good for nuts. So because of the shape of it, you can stick your fingers in, and the peanuts or whatever falls into your hands when you get them. Unless you want to pick them up one at a time, but who does that? Thanks for everybody that's commented on my videos. My channel is growing, and it's because of you guys. The comments, the thumbs up, it all helps with the algorithm, and YouTube suggests my video to other people. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for doing that. You're helping me keep the lights on, and you're helping me stay here on YouTube, which I really want to do. I really want to stay here. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys. So, thank you so much for commenting and subscribing to my channel. So looking forward to the 35,000 subscriber giveaway bowl, hopefully in the near future. On Friday or Saturday, there'll be another video. I'm working on a really spectacular piece right now, but the finishes might put me behind. So hopefully I get it up on Friday, but it may be Saturday. So make sure you come on back for that. Don't forget about our sponsors in the description below. Starbond Adhesives, of course, that's who we use for the Inlay today. Designer Epoxy, sandpaper.ca, and of course Hunter Tool Systems. All your discount codes are in the description down below. Guess that's it. Till the next video, take care, stay safe. Don't forget that bell, when the video goes up. See you next time.